Hey everyone, I thought I'd take a little time out as I'm letting some kennels soak after cleaning to kind of tell you my thoughts with regard to nearing the end of this Under the Overpass project. Now we've got about 3 weeks or a little over 3 weeks to go before I finish up, end on day 365. And it's been crazy, about a crazy year, man. It's been a real crazy year, but I'm really glad to do it. Now, as far as the goal that I set, at the very beginning of this, it was $100, which was easily met. But then I decided, what the heck, let's up it to $500,000 for the shelter. And we're a little ways from meeting that goal. Now, this isn't a push to the drive here, but it's merely where my thoughts are with this whole thing. At the very beginning, this was a creative project. A creative thing that I myself needed to do. I'm 47 years old, midlife, and I'm very happily working in a job that I enjoy. But there's a creative aspect that was missing, and God did give me this inspiration to do this. And so with that, I took this project up as a creative endeavor only. Now, a friend of mine on Facebook suggested that I attach doing this as a fundraising for the animal shelter, and I thought, hey, that's a great idea. If I look at this project and the final thing, that right now, this very moment, we haven't met our goal, if I look at it solely from the aspect of not meeting the goal, I would be a little sad, a little upset, and frustrated. But I have to remind myself of the original intent of this project. The original intent of this project was to do something creative and do something unique, to show people that are working jobs out there that are doing something different than maybe what they would want to do, which is a lot of us, that your life, the way that it is now, doesn't have to stop being creative. You can do something creative every day. I mean, folks, I'm a shit scooper at an animal shelter. I mean, I glorified that as a kennel supervisor, but I'm that. But I'm doing something that has gotten notice, and the shelter has been attached to this creative endeavor, and I'm overjoyed with that. I'm very overjoyed, and it has gotten publicity for the shelter, and I hope that it has been responsible for a lot of adoptions. For that, I'm very happy. But for me, I look at this as a success. If we don't make the $500,000 at the end of this, and there's still time, I'm not counting people out. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be sad about this, because the original intent of this project has been met, and I couldn't be happier. This has been a creative and unique endeavor. And I would tell everyone out there who may be watching this now or later, if you have something creative that you want to do it. Just get out there and do it. It doesn't take much, or it may take a lot, but do something that's creative and meaningful for your life. I mean, I'm just an average guy. I'm just a dude who's doing stuff under the overpass and singing and getting hit by cars almost, and people honking and people laughing and much support, but little ridicule and things like that. But do something creative. This has been a successful thing. This has been a wonderful thing, and I'm glad to have done it, and I see it as a great thing. If it happens to get money for the shelter, then fantastic. I'm happy. It brings recognition to the shelter and to the critters. That's fantastic. It's done its job. But I am not going to let the world and not going to let people tell me that unless it makes money, it's a failure. Because that's simply not true. Do something creative. I've done something creative, and it is successful. And those are my final thoughts. We still got a little over 3 weeks to go, so who knows? People may kick in and start doing this. But at the very least, watch, enjoy, and watch this silly bald man sing under the overpass doing something creative. And if it inspires you to do something creative, something crazy, don't let people stop you. I had that. I had that all throughout this. I had people try to stop me and say it's dumb. Don't let them stop you from doing something creative. All right, I gotta go back to work. Later.